A decade after Brexit, Britain may be edging back towards Brussels rulebooks. Under Prime Minister Keir Starmer's proposed UK-EU reset, ministers would gain fast-track powers to adopt future EU regulations in areas such as food standards, carbon pricing and electricity trading.
I'm acting in our national interest, and of course if we're able to reduce the trade barriers, make it easier for businesses to trade with Europe, that will have an impact in bringing down prices, particularly in supermarkets. So for all those reasons, this is the right thing to do. I think if you look at the events of the last 6 months and the volatility and the conflict in the world, my conclusion is we are better off closer to Europe in a world like the world we live in at the moment.
Number one, sir.
So the UK government is seeking to pass a new law that would allow single market rules to be adopted through secondary legislation. But what is a single market?
So the single market is the free movement of goods, services, capital and people, and it's the people that's the most contentious issue and one of the major reasons why the UK left the EU single market and customs union in 2020.
At the centre of the plan is a food standards deal with Brussels, one the ruling party says that could deliver billions of dollars a year to the UK economy. But politically, it's explosive. Opponents say Britain would once again be following EU rules. The Conservatives argue Parliament is being sidelined, while Reform UK calls it a betrayal of Brexit.
I think this is about pragmatism. We've got to just move on from the whole Brexit conversation completely. This is the world is totally different today than it was in 2020. But it's also recognising that some of the issues we're talking about, particularly on trade, is around national economic security. We're 40% dependent on EU trade, so it makes perfect sense.
UK-EU agreements are expected at a summer summit to focus on boosting trade and making it easier for British businesses to sell into Europe again. With the war in Iran adding instability to global trade, and as the UK's once special relationship with the US comes under strain, Britain is looking to EU for stability. But the UK left the EU to take back control. Now the question is, how much control is it willing to give back in an exchange for easier trade? Tulay Kalyon Haznedaroglu, TRT World, London.